Welcome, Chandan. Welcome to STEM Up.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I am doing extremely good. How are you doing today?
Great, great. We are so excited to have you.
Thank you.
This interview is going to be about you. Is going to be about you. Can you please tell us who is CA Chandan beyond the spreadsheets?
A very nice way to introduce myself. That is beyond spreadsheets. Beyond spreadsheets, I am not a chartered accountant.
Okay.
Because I am a chartered accountant only when it comes to spreadsheets, only when it comes to laptop, workloads, tax audits, tax seasons. This is what a chartered accountant generally does. But beyond spreadsheet, I do much more than what I do as a chartered accountant. That is, I travel, I do biking, I do motor vlogs, I do some part of Instagram reels just to interact with the people that I have, interact with my followers. More than everything, I'm a passionate traveler who travels all around India. Currently, I'm traveling only in India. I have restricted myself to the domestic territory.
Okay.
I have traveled the South India part completely in my bike. Recently, I did my Ladakh expedition, which took somewhere around 20 days. The vlogs are yet to come. Once the vlog is done, I'll for sure send the link to you so that you can also watch it and enjoy.
Wow.
So this is what I generally do: travel, moto vlogs, biking, adventure rides, do some off-roads, do some crazy terrains, enjoy my life. This is what I do apart from spreadsheets.
The way you're speaking, it's like it's an easy life. You have a control over your life. Can you please explain how do you manage your professional and personal life so effortlessly?
I don't understand this logic of people speaking like how do you manage professional and personal life. See, every life has three divisions, which I believe. One is your professional life,
Right.
one is your family life, one is your personal life. I don't think so. People should merge these things. If at all it's a professional life, okay, 8 hours of your day for professional life, yes, we'll give 8 hours of professional life. And when it comes to personal life, yes, I do have my personal life. Just because I'm a chartered accountant, that does not mean I'll have to work round the clock, sitting in front of laptops, scolding my managers or scolding my juniors because they did not give me the work. That does not seem a realistic life for me. So I never felt like I'm managing such a hard thing. I can put it in this way telling, my ultimate goal is to be happy in life, and I get happiness in both.
Okay.
Only when I am happy I can work efficiently. Only when I am happy I can travel efficiently. Whenever I travel, I make my own plans. I never go with any of the travel, or you can tell I don't go with packages. I make plans for myself. Whenever I work, I have a plan ready. Okay, this is my today's work, and I'll do it. If I am done at 5 o'clock, I leave office at 5 o'clock. If I am not done at 5 o'clock, I'll stay till 11. It all runs on the time schedule that I have with me, so it does not make much. It does not give much difficulty for me to handle these things.
Okay, a very personal question. How many hours do you sleep?
Sleep. It's a very complicated thing to answer. I can just give an approx answer. I still sleep 6-7. I manage to get 6 to 7 hours sleep a day.
Okay.
I still manage to get 6 to 7 hours sleep. But when I am traveling, it extends to 8 hours because I need to drive bike for thousands of kilometers. When I am working, it comes down slightly because I am sitting whole day in office. I did not strain myself much, so 6 hours would be fine. But when it comes to teaching, again, at times I will have to wake up early. At times I will have to come home late. So it differs. Approximately, you can take 6 to 7 hours. Is what I am able to see.
So my perspective, how much I've seen, is that CAs have a very, very boring life behind the desk. They are sitting there round the clock. But your life is completely different. Is there a change from the people that I've seen to the people that your generation?
Okay, just to put it in this way, since we all come from this generation called COVID generation, let me ask you one personal question. Did you like to travel pre-COVID, or do you like to travel more post-COVID?
Post-COVID.
Right?
Yes.
So you can see there is a complete change in the lifestyle. People have redefined the word called travel. People have redefined themselves called their definition towards life. Earlier life was like, okay, you study till 15, you study till 21, and then you work for 5 or 6 years, then get married, then get a kid, then have a family life, and then retire happily at 60. This is what they defined life to be pre-COVID.
Yes.
Post-COVID, no one has guarantee on their life. So everyone wants to travel. Now you can see all the places, you can take it pilgrimage, take it a tourist spot, take it whatever the places, it is always and always crowded.
Yes.
To some extent, yes, I agree that the life has changed for the people, no matter whether they are chartered accountants or non-chartered accountants. But how I defined my life is very simple. From the day when I wanted to become a chartered accountant till today, I have never taught it in a way that okay, I'll have to be working round the clock and not enjoy my life. Because I was a person who was employed at one point in time. I know how the work structure there is, how the work culture there is. And now the ultimate goal is to be happy. If at all I am happy, I'm fine working 8 hours a day, or I am working 10 hours a day. If at all I am not fine, I'll take a break, I'll go travel. It is just a way of life that I have scheduled it for myself. It is not something that has changed over a period, but it is just a way that I have adopted it.
Okay. What motivated you to take CA as your career?
I
Why not
will-
something else?
I would like to answer it in a funny way because everyone told it is difficult to do.
So you took up
Every
the challenge.
person that I spoke to when I wanted to take up my career as a chartered accountant, the answer that I got was it is not possible.
Yes.
Because it is not their mistake of demotivating me. Rather, I would take it in this way. The perception of people towards chartered accountancy course was very different. Why it was very different is the pass percentage is and was, both the times it was low. I do agree that people get into this course very easily and it is very difficult to come out of this course. I have seen people getting into this course, putting their life, putting their precious youth to this course and not coming out of this course. So there were so many people who told this is difficult, and the moment you enter into this course, you have to study 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. But today, trust me when I tell this, being a faculty, I never requested even a single student to study for 8 hours a day also. No matter whether they are in CA final level, no matter whether they are in CA intermediate, no matter whether they are in CA foundation. No matter at which levels they are into this particular course, I never asked or I never pressurized any student to study for 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day. What this course requires actually is not studying round the clock. What this course actually requires is you put your sincere efforts along with practical application of the knowledge that you learn. The moment you start learning something in a theoretical way, you just know what is there in the book.
Correct.
And CA course never tests what is there in the book. It tests what you have understood from the book. So my perception towards this course was very different when I joined. People asked me to study for 12 hours a day. People asked me to study round the clock. People asked me to be sincere to the classes. But I'm not that kind of a person who can sit in the class for more than 2 hours. I always reiterate this sentence whenever I go to any classes. So many students have asked me, sir, how come you teach so good compared to other teachers, or how come we feel you are better when compared to other teachers? All I used to tell was, I'm a biggest failure as a student, so I've chosen my career to be a teacher.
Okay.
Because when I wanted to learn, the teachers that I found were purely book oriented. They were like, okay, this is how this is, you have to learn this in this way. And my way of teaching is questions. You ask questions, you only give the answers. My way of teaching is never, I am a professor, I have to give you the answer, you have to give me questions. So you ask the questions, you only get the answer. That's a way of teaching that I myself learned, and I am expressing to make sure that the other students who learn from me also adapt it.
Okay. So after taking your coaching, can you give us a rough figure? How many students have cleared the CA exam?
I would not instead of telling I would not like to, I would not put it in this way that those people who have cleared or those people who have not cleared. All I can tell is any student who has met me as a teacher or as a professor in any college for that matter. I have been teaching in multiple universities now. I have been teaching in multiple coaching facilities now. One thing I can tell is any student who has met me, no matter whether they cleared this course, no matter whether they did not clear this course, one thing is for sure, they are all successful in their life. I can put it in this way. It does not mean that they did not become chartered accountants or they did not become company secretaries, because at one point in time I used to take company secretary classes as well. At one point in time I used to take cost and management account classes as well. At one point in time I have taken CA classes as well. Now, having taken all these classes, all I could tell is the pass percentage was way higher when compared to the average pass percentage that the institute reveals.
Okay. How do you keep the students motivated? The students who are not able to pass the exams, or after working so hard, there might come a point of time where they don't feel the same motivation. How do you keep them motivated?
Just show them my Insta profile.
Okay.
Just show them my Insta profile telling this is how your life might look like once you become a chartered accountant, just to put it in a comical way.
Okay.
But yeah, to motivate students, all they require is, see, one thing is very clear when it comes to professional courses. No teacher can make you a chartered accountant. No teacher can make you a company secretary. No teacher can make you a chartered financial analyst, no matter which professional course it is. Only when I decide to become a chartered accountant, I can become a chartered accountant. I cannot motivate them to study, but I can motivate them to learn. There's a difference between studying and learning.
Yes.
When they study, they are studying with a purpose to put it in the paper, get the results, done. But when I make them learn, whether they put it in the paper, whether they do not put it in the paper, whether they clear it this time, whether they clear it the next time, they do not forget the concept for a very longer period of time.
Okay.
So that keeps them motivated. Just to put it in a format of example, I have seen so many people study so many concepts. I have seen so many financial advisors giving so many things. I don't know, there are so many degree students that I come up with. They all would have studied the same financial concept, but none of them know the practical applicability of those concepts. But the moment you teach practical applicability, they don't forget it for a longer period of time. When they do not forget it, there does not come the question of motivation.
Okay.
So this is how I keep them motivated. I keep the class entertaining. I am not that stereotype chartered accountant faculty who comes, ask them to come on time. I myself don't come on time at times.
Okay.
But whenever I come, I make sure I give appropriate breaks. I make sure that I take their questions. I take practical examples to explain them. That keeps them motivated to a certain extent.
Okay. Now that you are here in STEM Up, how are you going to contribute to STEM Up in STEM Up for the students who are coming up, who will take up this course? What should they look forward to?
What can they look forward to is a very quality coaching, which obviously we all are aiming to give it. Quality coaching is one thing. Apart from quality coaching, what they can actually learn from here is how to actually be a chartered accountant.
Okay.
See, becoming chartered accountant is only one part of your career. Once you become chartered accountant, the real life starts. You have to handle the degree. You have to handle the reputation. You have to satisfy the whole of this society being a chartered accountant. People think that you are a perfectionist. You have to make sure that you answer to them as well. So what you learn here is not only becoming a chartered accountant, how to be a chartered accountant along with happiness. Like just you told, we perceive about chartered accountants is okay. Chartered accountants are someone who are working around the clock, studying completely, sitting behind the table. No, anyone who comes to STEM Up does not do that. All they do is come, attend the class properly, enjoy the class properly instead of attending. You enjoy the class, laugh with us, learn with us, and you implement the same thing and you become a chartered accountant eventually.
How do you deal with Gen Z students?
Gen Z students, is there someone called as Gen Z students as well? Okay, I convert them to our old school students. That's a better way.
Okay.
See, one thing we all have to understand is a student by birth is not a Gen Z student. The environment he studies makes him a Gen Z student. So if you bring in an environment where he is also happy, he is ready to mingle with the teachers, he is ready to ask questions. See, when it comes to Gen Z, it comes with pros and cons both. The pros of Gen Z students is they know technology way better than what we know.
Yes.
Cons is they are overconfident than we are. They think they are already a chartered accountant and they come with that perception to study. You bring down that cons, you make sure you have a competitive edge over them in the initial days, so they start respecting you. And then you also learn technology from them. It should always be a give and take. The moment he is a student, it does not mean teacher always teaches. As a teacher, I will tell you, till date, the more than what I have taught, I have learned from the students.
Okay.
That is, they know technology better than us. Now, recently you can see AI, that is artificial intelligence, we all have seen. They know how to use it better than us. So I keep interacting with them in a way that they also teach me. The moment someone teaches a teacher, they get that sense of respect. So they start respecting the teacher also, they start listening to the class also. There is a balance technique which I use to make sure that the Gen Z students also learn something from the class.
Okay. Any memorable experience with any of the students that stayed back with you?
I would always remember the first batch that I took for a chartered accountant students.
Okay.
I would also remember messages that my students have sent whenever they have cleared any level of the CA. But I still remember two specific messages which has happened to me in the past. One message was where that student was struggling for last 6 attempts to clear one particular subject, that is auditing and professional ethics. I have a book authored. I myself have authored a book called Auditing and Professional Ethics Made Easy by CA Chandan.
Mm-hmm.
I was their faculty for that current batch, and that student was very attentive in the class, listening to everything. But I had a doubt, how come this student did not clear? But one thing I made him realize is, you can be very good at law, but you cannot be a lawyer because you don't know legal language. I can explain law in English, but the code does not understand English. It understands legal language. The same way, when it comes to auditing and professional ethics, you are very good at understanding the concepts, but you are not good at presenting. So the moment when we made him realize that this is where you are lacking, we got his previous attempts papers, we started analyzing things. We both sat together for multiple days analyzing things. And the next time he wrote the same exam, he cleared with distinction, that is above 60. He got an exemption. So he sent a very big message stating, sir, this is the ultimate happiness that I'm finding. I always found it difficult. Your book and your guidance have helped me in clearing this subject with this flying marks. I'm very happy, and I would always be ready to help you in any sort of way. These kind of messages keep teachers motivated. You were asking how do you motivate students, right? We teachers also need motivation.
Yes.
These kind of messages make sure that we work hard. We work in a different techniques that we can teach students.
True.
So these things keep us motivated.
For our young generation, can you suggest some 2 to 3 money building habits?
Okay, coming to money building habits, now the first and the most important thing that I would like to tell is, people have confused between savings and investment. See, when if you also
True.
can recall this, every parent would have asked you to save, not to invest. But the generation has evolved to a larger extent now. We have multiple opportunities to invest. Be it like a safest investment called FD and RDs, so most risky investment called futures and options. And in between, we have so many options such as your SIPs, your mutual funds, your growth funds, your tax saving funds. We have so many options.
Yes.
And what I would request the current students is, do not just save, but also invest. The money kept in your locker never grows, but the money kept in your bank grows, but to a smaller extent. But the money invested in the markets, which is growing faster, will always give you better returns.
Right.
But again, investment comes with a risk. Balance the risk and then invest. Like how the mutual fund, you would have seen that mutual fund ad, right? They give such a good ad at a very slow pace, and when it comes to terms and conditions,
Yes.
that will pass away within seconds.
Correct.
That is not how it used to be. You have to see the risk statement to a larger extent when compared to the return statement. So what I would advise is, invest in a safer securities, build a portfolio of securities where there are safer securities, riskier ones, and comparatively risky. You build a portfolio. It is not that difficult in this generation with the access to YouTube, with access to artificial intelligence. It's not that difficult for you to gather information about the opportunities that are available.
Correct.
Do some research, start investing at a very young age, be it a very as low as 1,000 rupees, and you take it as high as 1 lakh rupees, doesn't matter, but start investing. This is the first tip that I would give. Second tip, what I would like to request, it is not a tip, I would like to request for the younger generation is, I have seen there are so many applications which are coming up which gives credit cards for the students. I myself have seen this. I don't want to name it in the podcast, obviously, for obvious reasons, but there are so many credit card applications. There are so many credit card vendors who have come up giving credit card for the students based on the ID cards. Okay. It is very easy to take credit card. It is very easy to spend money. And I have also seen my own students doing Swiggy and Zomato to just repay the money that they have withdrawn from these applications.
Okay.
Don't get into these traps. Easy money is never good. Don't get into these credit traps. If at all you really want money, try earning it. There are many opportunities for you to earn money, and there are many opportunities for you to spend money also. Don't go into the second part wherein you are spending money without earning it. Don't get into this loop. Whenever we friends meet, we always discuss this credit card and EMIs is a loop. You will never come out of this loop. Right. It keeps on happening. You pay today, again within a month you will have to pay. And you will never be able to come out of this loop. And with this commitment, though you have a very good idea to start a business, you won't be able to start it.
That's
because you are in a risk burden life. So don't get into these credit card tips, the credit card things. The last tip that I would like to give to the students is, take your finance based subject seriously. Do not study it only with a motive to pass exams. Study it with a motive to understand and implement it in your life. When you study something with respect to return, analyze and put efforts to analyze certain securities based on the strategies that you have learned. When you learn about risk, implement the same thing when you are analyzing securities. These are the 3 major tips that I would like to give.
These are great advices. I hope students do take it up.
Yes.
Coming to your first statement where you said that parents have always told us to save, not to invest. That shows financial illiteracy, isn't it?
Yes.
And even today, that is going on. What is your take on that?
See, we cannot put it in the term called financial illiteracy. I would like to divide this conversation in two parts. One is pre 1995 era, post 1995 era.
Okay.
These are the two eras which we are living in. Pre 1995. Let me ask you a question. How many investment opportunities did you have, if at all you wanted to invest your money?
Right.
Hardly 4.
Hardly.
You had your FDs. You had to keep it in your bank. Buy gold.
Right.
These are the three major opportunities that you have.
Yes.
Can you compare that generation to the current generation and tell we have only 3 opportunities now?
No.
There are opportunities.
Yes.
But the literacy comes into place in between these two generations. That is, it is not that easy to convince your parents. Rather, it is not that easy to invest in these securities without any risk.
That's true.
It is a balance of two things. I agree to a certain extent that yes, literacy rate when it comes to financial literacy in India, or the education system when it comes to financial aspects in India, is quite low. I agree to this point. But the opportunities to learn this is also quite high. It is all in your hands whether you choose to learn or you do not choose to learn. But yes, I would still urge the government departments to make sure that the financial literacy is placed. I have seen colleges and schools coming up with financial literacy course from 7th standard now.
Okay.
They are having financial literacy courses, but still there needs a fine thin line of gap where we separate financial literacy and financial independence.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay, now let's play a short rapid fire round. I'll
Yes.
ask you a question and you have to answer
Within 2
then and there.
seconds?
Yes, within 2 seconds.
2 seconds would be too short.
5 seconds.
Okay, 5 seconds
Okay.
is fine.
First question: a place that's on your bucket list next.
Spiti Valley.
Where is it?
Spiti Valley, it comes in Himachal Pradesh. It's a very beautiful state.
Okay.
Yes, I would, if there is any person who is in India who wants to travel, Spiti Valley should be on their bucket list.
Okay.
You can travel there in 2 seasons. One is your summer season where you get a dry landscape, but it's a very good landscape. And the other one is winter. I want to do winter Spiti.
Okay. Next question: one tax saving hack you wish more people knew.
Just meet me. Because someone has told me, if at all you are good at something, please do not give it at free. So I'm very good at tax saving hacks. So meet me.
Okay.
That's a better option.
Okay. A productivity tool or app you can't live without.
Google Maps. Because
Because
my
you travel.
90% of the activities that I do, when people would spend their time on scrolling Instagram when they are free, I go to Google Earth, search for new places, explore new places. I don't know if you can believe this. I have 490 sunset spots around Bangalore.
Okay.
And 2 days before I added 2 more spots. Now I have 492 spots now.
Okay.
And all near 60 kilometers from Bangalore. We have so many places, but people do not explore. So that is one thing that I cannot live without.
Okay. Next question. You have to complete this statement.
Okay.
Finance is fun when dash.
Learn with me.
Okay. Last one. What's one quote that defines your lifestyle?
One quote that defines my lifestyle is very simple. People have told me that dream big. So I have dreamt it big. I'm trying to achieve it big. But that quote which would define my life is, do anything in your life which makes you happy.
Okay.
This is my life. I'm doing only those things which makes me happy and never have regrets in life.
So follow your passion.
Yes.
Okay.
Follow your passion but without regrets.
Okay. Okay, last question. What changes do you think coaching institutes should bring in their teaching style for current CA students, pursuing students?
Oh, this cannot be rapid fire round.
It's not rapid fire.
Oh,
So
then I have proper time to answer.
Yes.
Okay. So my point when it comes to coaching styles, when it comes to chartered accountancy courses, there was a trend in one point in time wherein you can see there were too many engineers who were coming out of the colleges. So the demand for engineering fell down automatically because there was more supply of engineers. And now there is a time where there are more chartered accountants coming. There was a time where the requirement of chartered accountants, if it is 1 lakh, the number of chartered accountants were only 10,000. Just imagine the demand and supply contradiction over there.
Yes.
But now we can see unemployment rate in chartered accountancy as well. Earlier it was negative. Unemployment rate was negative because the moment you are a chartered accountant, you used to get job very easy.
Yes.
But now corporates are expecting skills. They are not expecting robots. Rather, they are expecting humans who know the knowledge. And I have seen there are so many coaching centers. I'm not blaming the coaching centers as well, because for them it is their bread and butter. The more results they give, the more number of students that they get enrolled. I agree to this point, but there should be something line of gap wherein you do not only make a student a chartered accountant, you make him a quality chartered accountant. There's a difference. There is a chartered accountant, there is a quality chartered accountant. So the main difference that I would like to implement is, do not make them sit in the class, always study. Ask them to come to the class at time, ask them to come and sit for 8 hours, 9 hours. No, you give them their space, let them ask their questions, let them come up with their questions. I will tell you, there are at least 70% of the chartered accountants who have got into CA Foundation never wanted to become a chartered accountant.
Okay.
They all would come with certain pleasure. Give them their space, let them decide whether CA is actually for them or not. Then your job also gets better, their job also becomes easy. If at all their passion is not to become a chartered accountant, why do you want to compel them to become a chartered accountant? Give them their space, let them decide, okay, is this actually my area? Is this actually my cup of tea? Let them decide. Then training them will become easier. This is one part of the training change that I would like to bring. And the moment they decide they want to become a chartered accountant, don't make them bookworms. Let them travel. Don't conduct classes on Sundays. Don't irritate them by calling them early morning 6 o'clock on Sunday. Just because it's a Sunday, you don't have college, come at 6 o'clock. I myself did not go to those places where they used to call me at 6 o'clock. So morning 6 o'clock till 11 o'clock the classes, then you have to study. It just creates mental trauma. Right, like how you told, how do you handle Gen Z students? We are all from an old school background where we are all used to stress. We don't know what is stress. We have been living with it, but we don't know what is stress. But Gen Z students are not in that way. Gen Z students feel stressed the moment they come out of their comfort zone. So you have to bring them out of their comfort zone slowly and gradually. So give them leaves, if there is a festival, give them leave, let them enjoy, conduct certain activities in the class, don't just keep on teaching, have an interaction with them, conduct games in between the class, give some extra knowledge to them. This is how you can make sure that they are a quality chartered accountant, and it will be a competitive edge also. That is what we are trying to bring up in STEM Up.
Right.
As you can see the word STEM Up, the meaning of STEM Up itself tells you are just one level above the others. As a chartered accountant, you are already a level up above others. There are so many others who are below you.
Yes.
And when you are competing with chartered accountants, again you are above the certain other chartered accountants because you are in STEM Up. Because here you do not learn only how to become a chartered accountant, you are happy when you are becoming a chartered accountant.
Okay.
That is
In
what we are
one
aiming at.
line,
Yes.
in one line, let's to wrap up this podcast.
Yes.
Your message to the students who want to join, who are going to join STEM CA students.
My message for those people who wants to join STEM Up as a student to become a chartered accountant, no matter whether it is at foundation level, intermediate level, or finance level, one thing I can give it as a clarity: do not come with an intention to just study and pass. If at all you are a person who wants to just study like a bookworm, just study and pass, no, please no. We are here to train you. You already know the answers. We are here to train you. Come, enjoy, mingle with the people who are here. We have interns over here. We have so many people over here. We have quality chartered accountants who come to teach over here. And all the chartered accountants who come to teach here also have a very good personal life. So learn how to balance things. Learn how you can actually efficiently study within a given period of time. If this is your goal, please come to STEM.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful podcast. And
Thank you so much for hosting me over here. It was very good speaking to you. And I don't know if at all someone has praised you on this aspect, but you really seem to be a very good anchor.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.